Hello, I am Jamie Van Dyke, and I have a question for you. Do you consider yourself in an individualist or collectivist culture? Many people don't know the answer to that question, and I will admit that at first, neither did I. I recently took it upon myself to research culture values and individualist versus collectivist cultures using some reputable sources. So today, I would like to share with you some of what I have learned. What we're going to do today is I'm going to describe to you what an individualist culture is and how it works. I'm going to describe to you what a collectivist culture is. I am going to tell you where America falls into this, and I will give you an example of another country that falls into either a individualist or collectivist culture. So, let us begin. So, what is an individualist culture? So, the article Individualistic Cultures and Behavior by Kendra Cherry defines individualistic cultures as those that stress the needs of the individual over the needs of the group as a whole. So people are seen as more independent. The individual rights take center stage. Being dependent upon others is considered shameful and even embarrassing. People tend to be more self-reliant because of this, and the rights of the individual tend to take a higher preference. People often place greater emphasis on standing out and being unique. So, how about a collectivist culture? What is a collectivist culture? Well, the article Collectivist Culture, Definition and Examples by Emily Cummins describes a collectivist culture as being based on valuing the needs of the group or community over the individual. So here, kinship, family, and community are extremely important. Group identity is extremely important. Things like decision making often happen within a family. So input from older ones or from more knowledgeable ones, it is highly valued. It's extremely important in the decision making process. The well-being of the group is definitely emphasized over the needs of the individual well-being. So, what culture are we likely to find in America? Collectivist or individualist? Which culture do you feel like falls into your specific circumstances? Well, according to a country comparison study by Hofstede Insights, America actually falls into an individualistic culture. Why is that? Well, Americans place strong emphasis on having equal rights in all aspects of society and government. Because of this, there is not always a clear view of hierarchy. The study brings out the workplace. Communication in the workplace tends to be more informal and direct. So you go in, you say what you need to say, and then you go back to what you were doing before. Personal connections, they may be made in your workplace, but they're probably not close personal connections. So employees, they're expected to be more self-reliant and display initiative. The hiring process or the promotions or maybe getting a raise, that process, those decisions are made based off of merit or evidence on what an individual has done for the company or can do for the company. The American society, it brings out, the study does, that the American society is loosely knit, so people are expected to look after themselves and their immediate families. What about another country? What other country is there? What is an example of a collectivist culture? So that same country comparison study by Hofstede Insights brings out that Japan would fall under a collectivist culture. Now, why does Japan fall under a collectivist culture? So the study brings out that those in a Japanese culture, they place the harmony of the group over the expression of individual opinions. However, the Japanese are definitely in a unique position, as it's not as collectivist as its Asian neighbors. The study says that the Japanese are viewed as collectivist by the Western standards and individualistic by Asian standards. So the study explains that the Japanese society doesn't have an extended family, unlike China and Korea. So there's a big difference there. So let's do a little review. So we talked about an individualist culture. We talked about a collectivist culture. We explained that America would fall under an individualistic culture, so where you see multiple people holding up pieces of the puzzle to make it work. In America, one person would be doing the puzzle by themselves. However, in Japan, even though it's a little bit different, it's not as collectivist as it could be, everybody's cooperating to work towards building the puzzle. So think about the culture you fall into. Think about how it works. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope I will see you next time. Thank you.